Welcome you all for non-traditional machining 18ME641 module 2 water jet machining, short form is WJM. This is lecture series 6. Myself Prashanta MV, assistant professor, Department of Mechanical Engineering, Canara Engineering College, Mangalore. If you have any doubts regarding this video, you can directly contact me through this email ID, that is mvprashantha1985@canaraengineering.in. Once again, welcome you all. Disclaimer: this PPT has been prepared by referring many sources, which includes figures, diagrams from internet as well as from prescribed text and reference books. I do not claim any originality in preparing this PPT or video. This PPT or video is exclusively for the purpose of education and not for any financial gains. I wholeheartedly thank all those who have directly or indirectly contributed to do this PPT or video. Once again, I will thank them all. Water jet machining. This is the syllabus: equipment, process, operation, applications, advantages and limitations of water jet machining. See, water jet machining, it is the process, it is good for cutting and slitting of porous non-metals like wood, leather, foam, etc. It is also used for cutting composites, wire stripping and deburring. This process works on the principle of erosion effects of a high velocity small diameter jet of water, a small diameter water jet. Quality of the machined edge obtained during this process is usually superior to the other conventional cutting processes. In water jet machining, water jet is a cutting tool which never dulls or breaks. This process does not generate airborne dust, hence hazards during machining of fiber composites and asbestos are minimum. The jet velocity may be as high as 900 meter per second. Basic cutting action is performed by tight water jet core. Interaction with air diverge the shred around the core. Okay, this is the small introduction about water jet machining. Now, before going to the operation of a water jet machining, we will move for working principle of water jet machining. See, WJM, it is the simple form or short form of a water jet machining. WJM, water jet machining, works on the principle that when a jet of water at very high pressure and velocity is made to strike on the surface of the workpiece, the kinetic energy of the jet is transformed into mechanical work. The material from the workpiece is rapidly removed by the erosive force of water. And next para, that is a water jet machining is typically used to cut a so-called softer and easy to machine materials like thin sheets and foils, non-ferrous metallic alloys, wood, textiles, paper boards, fiberglass, honeycomb, polymers, frozen meat, leather, etc. Here, see, the main thing is the jet of water. The jet of water is directed towards the workpiece at very high pressure and velocity, and this water is made to strike on the surface of the workpiece. The kinetic energy of the jet is transformed into mechanical work. By this action, the material is removed from the workpiece rapidly by erosive force of the water. WJM water jet machining is typically used for softer materials like machining a sheet metals or thin sheets, foils, non-ferrous metallic alloys, wood, textiles, paper boards, fiberglass, honeycomb, polymers, frozen meat, leather, etc. And need for water jet machining. See, in the need for water jet machining, the same thing what I told, the WJM is used for softer materials, used for to cut a softer materials. The same thing you can add it to the need of the water jet machining. Okay. See, like as I told, the softer materials or non-metallic materials, the WJM is suitable. In such cases, the water jet machining. In such cases means softer materials and non-metallic materials and easy to machine materials. In such cases, water jet machining can be selected. So, since it provides omnidirectional cutting capabilities at very high speeds with a resulting edge quality superior to other conventional machining methods. Compared to conventional machining method, this one is a superior operation to cut softer materials, easy to machine materials and non-metallic materials. Water jet machining equipment. See, before going to the equipment, why need of water jet machining? Here, see, although conventional methods can be used for machining non-metallic materials like wood, paper boards, leather, foam, asbestos, fiberglass, etc., they are not technically or economically feasible. In such cases, water jet machining can be selected since it provides omnidirectional cutting capabilities at very high speeds with a resulting edge quality superior to the other conventional machining methods. Hence, the WJM is utilized. This is the purpose or use of water jet machining. Now we'll move on to diagram. Water jet machining mainly consists of a few parts or components. They are pressure generation system. Look at here. See the entire diagram. This one is the pressure generation system. See this entire box is termed as pressure generation system. And tubing, see the pipelines, this pipelines, these entire pipelines are called as tubing. And nozzle is here, nozzle, valve and catcher. Valve, see here, open and off valve, this is the valve. And catcher, you can see to it here, see this is the catcher. Okay, this is the brief names of the water jet equipment, water jet machining equipment. See here, I will go through the functions of these parts. First is pressure generation system. Pressure generation system. Here what will happen? See, pressure generation system is the heart of the water jet machining equipment and consists of a pump. Look at here, pump, oil pump, consists of pump, electric motor here, intensifier and an accumulator. Intensifier and accumulator with necessary controls and valves. The pressure generation system delivers a constant and continuous flow of high pressure water at prescribed pressure. Either a positive displacement pump or an intensifier can be used for the purpose. Positive displacement pumps are suitable for low and intermediate pressures up to 280 megapascal, but is less reliable for high pressures. An intensifier overcomes the disadvantages of the displacement pump and serves the purpose. So this is the function of pressure generation system. And next part is here. See, intensifier. See, look at the diagram. Intensifier. Okay, there is an intensifier which increases the pressure of the water to higher levels or higher values so that it can be used for cutting operations. Filtered water from the tank. See, look at here, filtered water from the tank is filtered water from the tank enters the one end of the intensifier, and oil is drawn from the reservoir and pumped to the intensifier from other end. See, from the other end, here the oil reservoir, from there the oil pump. When electric motor runs, the oil pump sucks the oil from the reservoir and sends it to another side of the intensifier. Okay. Here the intensifier usually consists of two cylinders with different inner diameters. It makes use of the relatively low pressure oil to generate extremely high pressure water. I will repeat, it makes use of the relatively low pressure oil to generate extremely high pressure water up to 400 megapascal. By means of a piston cylinder arrangement, the high pressure water is then fed into a accumulator. Here, see, just look at the diagram. There is a pumping unit or oil pump. It is driven by an electric motor. The oil drawn from the oil reservoir, then it is pumped to the intensifier, which uses a low pressure oil to produce very high pressure water. So the intensifier that acts as a high pressure pump produces water pressure as high as 40 times that of the oil. Okay, 40 times that of the oil. And next part is accumulator. An accumulator or a reservoir is simply a pressure vessel. Accumulator. It is a pressure vessel which stores the high pressure water supplied by the intensifier. See, look at here, from the intensifier it is directly connected to inlet of the accumulator. Okay. Here which stores the high pressure water supplied by the intensifier and assures smooth flow of output water. This storage is necessary since the energy is not required continuously. During the idle periods, energy is stored in the accumulator and given out during cutting operation. Note, kindly keep on remembering, there is no fluctuation of the high pressure water in the accumulator The accumulator not only stores the high pressure water but also serves to reduce or attenuate the variations in maximum to minimum pressure valves. For this reason, accumulator is also called as attenuator. Accumulator is also called as attenuator. Next is valves and controls. Valves and controls. Suitable valves and controls are incorporated in the pressure generation system at appropriate locations to serve their usual purpose. Valves and controls are used in it is incorporated in the pressure generation system at appropriate locations to serve their purpose. Next, tubing. Tubing is it is used to transport high pressure water from one system component to another. The tube may be made from a solid stainless steel wall or a composite wall with stainless steel inside and carbon steel as a jacket. I will repeat. The tube may be made up of a solid stainless steel wall or a composite wall with a stainless steel inside and carbon steel as a jacket. And next is a nozzle. A nozzle is used to convert the high pressure water to a high velocity jet. Since the jet of water comes out of the nozzle at a high velocity around 900 meter per second. The tip of the nozzle is called orifice. Here, the tip of the nozzle. The tip of the nozzle is called orifice or jewel. It is subjected to cracking and erosion. Hence, it is made from a hard material like a sintered diamond or special type of steels or tungsten carbide or sapphire which prolong to its use. Okay. And one more last part, that is on off valve. Here there is a on off valve. In one more part is there, catcher. On off valve is here. The on off valve can be installed at any point along the high pressure water line. High pressure water line is here. See, from here till here, high pressure water line. It can be installed at any point along the high pressure line and may be operated either manually or electronically. The valve provides the on-off control of the water flow. On-off control of the water flow. And last is a catcher. See, the jet of water after performing the cutting operation, the catcher is here. It is nothing but a drain. The jet of water after performing the cutting operation still possesses kinetic energy and hence its speed must be reduced for safety purposes. The catcher is used for this purpose. It is a long tube of 300 to 600 millimeter with its end attached to the draining hose. So it will connect it to like this. See, this is a around 300 to 600 millimeter length tube, long tube, okay, and it is connected to this drain hose. Look at here, drain hose. The jet of water after performing the cutting operation enters the catcher whose length is sufficient enough to allow the water jet to break up completely before it reaches at the end of the tube. This is the working of functions of these components. Okay, so the working will be explained in the next slide. This is regarding the tools, equipments, elements present in the equipment and their functions. Now we'll move on to one more simple diagram. This is also this is a previous one is a schematic diagram. This one is a block diagram. Here from reservoir, pump, intensifier, accumulator, control valve, flow regulator, nozzle towards workpiece. Here I will explain the working or WJM operation here. In operation, filtered water from the water tank enters the hydraulic intensifier where its pressure is increased to a high value. The intensifier then supplies to high pressure water to the accumulator, that is reservoir. Okay. To begin the cutting operation, the on-off valve is switched to on position. The high pressure water from the accumulator enters to the nozzle where the whole of the pressure energy is converted into kinetic energy. Here the entire pressure energy is converted into kinetic energy. The high velocity jet of water forcing out of the nozzle is directed towards the work surface. As the jet strikes the work surface, the kinetic energy of the jet is transformed into mechanical work, which removes material from the workpiece by the erosive force of the water. The jet of water after doing work enters the catcher where it loses its energy and finally gets collected in the drain system. This is the working or operation of water jet machining. Here WJM operation or working, what I have explained in the previous slide. Here same thing I have explained like through a theory part. In the previous slide I have told in words, here is I have represented by a theory part. Okay. Here the entire theory part regarding WJM operation. Process parameters of water jet machining. The critical parameters that affect the material removal rate in water jet machining are described as follows. Here a few of the critical parameters are there. First one is pressure of water. The higher the velocity of the jet of water, the better is the cutting operation or cutting action performed by it. Hence, the pressure of the water at the nozzle inlet should be high in order to obtain the high velocity jet at the nozzle exit. Unfortunately, as the pressure increases, the cost and maintenance of the equipment also increases. However, with the maximum pressure of 400 megapascal generated by the intensifier, the cutting action is found to be satisfactory for most of the metals. Okay. Here the main thing is higher the velocity of the jet of water, better is the cutting action. So when the velocity of water from the jet is higher, the material removal rate is also high. Okay. And second is a nozzle diameter. Here a nozzle with an exit diameter of 0.05 to 0.35 millimeter, it gives a coherent jet length of up to 3 to 4 centimeter. A higher value of a nozzle exit diameter gives a good material or metal removal rate. A higher value of nozzle exit diameter gives a good metal removal rate. And third is a standoff distance. Cutting is performed with a nozzle to workpiece. Standoff distance is less than 25 millimeter. A distance of less than 25 millimeter has to be maintained between the nozzle tip and working surface. The standoff distance is considered as a fixed parameter and varies in different situations. Increase in its value for a particular type of a metal and its thickness changes the shape or diameter of the jet, which in turn reduces the material removal rate. This is the brief note on a standoff distance. Advantages. See, advantages of a water jet machining. No heat produced. In water jet machining, there is no any production of heat. No heat is generated. Cut can be started anywhere without the need for pre-drilled holes. You can start in the beginning itself. Okay, there is no any pre-drilled holes. Okay, don't need of any pre-drilled holes. Environmentally safe and economically friendly manufacturing process. Environmentally safe and friendly manufacturing process. Soft materials up to 250 millimeter thickness can be easily machined. No noxious gases or liquids are used in the abrasive jet machining. The process gives a clean and sharp cut, and also fine surface finish can be obtained. See here, the soft materials up to a 250 millimeter thick. Okay, 250 millimeter thick, and there is no any no heat affected zones. There is no heat affected zones or mechanical stresses left on the cut surface. Okay, this is a very simple operation. Next is limitations. Here the water jet machining equipment is quite expensive, and slight chances in water chemistry can be significantly affect the erosion resistance of the some of the composites, and it is inefficient for thick materials or thick metals. High pressures and noise of the water jet demands safety equipments for human operators. Because of high pressurized water and noise of water, it demands safety equipments for the operators. Water which is recirculated should be filtered accurately, otherwise results in cracks and damage to the nozzle tip. See, once the water is utilized, if it is used for a reuse or a recirculation, the water must and should be filtered accurately. Suppose unfiltered or used water without filtering, if you use, it will make some problems associated with the nozzle, like cracks in the nozzle or damage in the nozzle. These are the some limitations. Next is applications. Here several applications are there. Few of them I have mentioned. To remove the paints, water jet machining is preferred. Cleaning operation, cutting soft materials, cutting frozen meat, cutting textile and leather industries. Water jet machining is used in the or utilized in the textile industries and leather industries. Mass immunizations, for surgery, for peening, for cutting, pocket milling, drilling, turning and nuclear plant dismantling. These are the few of the applications. I will add few more used to cut non-metallic materials like glass epoxy, graphite, boron, fiber reinforced plastics, corrugated boards, leather and many other brittle materials. And second one, and one more used in aircraft industries for profile cutting of fiber reinforced plastic components and other parts. In mining also it is utilized in mining and quarrying work, for instance in cutting tunnel profiles prior to drilling and blasting. Removal of surface irregularities or burrs in workpieces. Cutting of printed circuit boards for electronic applications. Killing of pathogens in beverages and drips, cleaning and descaling operations. These are the several applications of water jet machining. Thank you for everyone for your patience listening. Thank you very much.